The Vatican's Council on Culture held a meeting last week to examine ways to reconsider humanism. Rethinking Anthropology Toward a New Humanism explored its roots in biblical and classical principles. The assembly met last week, both online and in Rome. Another large gathering and general meeting is scheduled for later this month. Joining us now is Jose Casanova, Professor Emeritus at Georgetown University, who took part in the meetings. Professor, great to see you. Thank you for your time. Can you explain to us, exactly what humanism is? I think a lot of people think of it as being without a spiritual element, or at least without an element of God. So can you explain that to us? And also, how does faith play a role in humanism, if at all?
Well, precisely the point of this conference was to remind ourselves that once upon a time in Renaissance Christian humanism is the foundation of Western culture. The fact that then later became secular humanism that abandoned, if you wish, Jerusalem. So the idea was once again to renovate the dialogue between what could be called secular, philosophical, culture and humanism, without thinking of God or transcendence, and the kind of humanism, the kind of notion of the human person that comes out of the biblical tradition, the person that is created in the image of God, which is precisely, and then the redemption of humanity through the incarnation of the Son of God, that therefore also brings humanity higher, if you wish, towards salvation. So this is what precisely Christian humanism means: a combination of the fact that every human person is created in the image of God, and the fact that the love of God for humanity is such that was sent his own Son to be incarnated as a human being. So what could be more higher for humanity than this? So this is basically, there was an attempt to enter, it's part of the Pontifical Council for Culture. Well, there is a Pontifical Council for Interreligious Dialogue. This is particularly the Pontifical Council, which is in charge of dialogue also with secular thinking, with science, with culture in general, with literature, with the arts. So this is part of this dialogue with the world, like basically Gaudium et Spes, the kind of the dialogue between the church in the modern world.
And before I let you go, can you talk to us a little bit about what you talked about, your remarks and your reflections on the focus of the meeting?
My remarks were basically to open up in our global age, Nostra Aetate. This was the document of Vatican II that precisely opens the dialogue. Not only originally was meant with Judaism, but then with all non-created. We need to open up a dialogue with other, not only with Western secular civilization, but with other civilizations that have also a tradition of humanism, the Chinese, the Indian civilization, cultures. And so the idea was that we need, and it was linked to the central idea of Pope Francis of the culture of the encounter with other both religious and cultural traditions. But I'm a sociologist of religion, so I try to give my own kind of perspective of where the kind of global religious and secular dynamics come together today in the world. But this will be probably too long a topic for us to discuss today.
Well, Professor, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for speaking with us. Jose Casanova, Professor Emeritus at Georgetown University. Thank you again.
I thank you.